Hey, what is up everybody? This is Train Introductions here. Sorry for the late delay on my voice there. Anyways, we're going to be operating the ACS64 here on Train Sim World as part of my re-download from Steam onto my new computer. So let's get into it. This will be my first Train Sim World gameplay, and I'm very excited to finally do something with you guys besides Train Simulator, as I played for like the last 3 or 4 times. So we're going to try something different. We're going to try Train Sim World. I'll do CSX Heavy Haul another time. It's a little bit late at night. It's currently almost 1:30 in the morning, and so I was just thinking we could do like a nice quick route, you know, get used to all the controls and everything. I did a couple scenarios and tutorials already, so the same thing that I did on my Xbox, except a little more control and a little more thinking and a bigger screen in my face at least, so I can try to get that real sim in. So let's go and just do a quick like timetable route. We'll do the ACS64, one of my favorite locomotives, and let's get into it. So let's see what we can find. I wanted to do a quick route, so something later on during the day. Let's try to do we'll do New York to Newark Liberty. We'll do that one real fast. Go ahead and set up our stuff. Ooh, Long Island Railroad N3 coming soon. Ooh, I love the details on that. Perhaps that'll be next to my items. I want to download Long Island Railroad, and I want to download my F40. Wow. Okay, that loaded fast. Okay, so in order to get the door control from the locomotive, I finally figured out how to do that. You have to hit tab, and then there's your controls, and then to get rid of it, you either have to click something or hit Control Tab, and we'll get rid of it. So let's go set up our locomotive. Let's turn our cab light off. We don't need that. We'll turn our console lights on. First, we're set to forward. Do the brakes in a minute. Display. Let's get a seat here. Do some controlling. We'll keep the ATC off because there's a couple issues with the signals, and I'll explain more when we get there. Especially going through the tunnels here. But we'll turn on the alerter. We'll have access on, so I can at least see the speed limits and all that. My advanced civilized speed enforcement system, and we have number 654 today on our Southbound Northeast Regional. At least so. It looks very, very well detailed. I'm highly impressed. Let's take a look in the coach car real fast. Just like show you, here's business class. At least they do have cafe and they do have coach class, but this is business class. And what's cool about Train Sim World is you can interact and everything, and you can sit in the seats, do whatever, you know. It's pretty well done, and Dovetail did an amazing job, so thank you Dovetail for again doing an amazing job. I appreciate it. So let's go ahead and get back into the locomotive. Let's make sure we get everything set up. Let's do some brake tests, make sure our systems are good to go. First check the pantograph. Alright, she looks like a beast, a little dirty, but last because this thing came from probably either Washington, turned around Sunnyside, or it came from Boston or New Haven. I don't know which region this is. So this is the control room, pretty much, and the ACS64 or the ACS64 is a dual cab. You can see here, so we're all set. So everything's good here. Pantograph select is good. Back control, this and that done. All right. There's our nice, fine Cadillac hot seat, the restroom. I'm kidding. Turn off the machine lights, and like I said, with the ATC we'll deal with that, but that gives us our cab signal. So let me give you a tour here of everything, at least so you know what's going on and know I'm operating. So it does look like, actually it is pretty much the real deal. As I've been in many cabs before with the ACS64, especially when it first came out. I do have some pictures of it, but I won't post anything about it right now. I did post about it like a long time ago. So let's change this guy here so that way he gets his speed and his information. because he has one thing, I have two. So you have your radio, your AC heating control, you have your HVAC shutdown, HVAC light, you have your cab light, console lights, and you have your MCB or your main circuit breaker, your pantograph selector, you have your acknowledgement, there's your reverser. No, I don't want to give it up. You have your master controller, which is your throttle and combined dynamic brakes. Then you have your first screen and then your second screen here. And then this is your cab signals. Then here's your automatic brake. There's your independent brake. And then there's your EQ regulators and your brake mode selectors. Your headlights are over here. There's your front headlight. And then that is your ditch lights for your front. Bell, horn. You have a high setting, low setting. You have your windshield wipers, windshield watch, which doesn't work. Or sorry, that's windshield heat. There's your wipers, there's your snow brake. So some of these functions do not work, as you'll not need them in this simulator. But about 8 out of 10 functions in this locomotive works really good, and it's just amazing. So let's go ahead. Okay, do some brake tests here. Alright, the brakes respond really good. So, all's good. Then we'll do a running brake test and we'll be set to go. So, we'll depart in a minute. Alright, so go ahead and close the doors here in 10 seconds, and we'll be good to go. And then we'll do a running brake test, so our brakes still on, which is good. Alright, so let's go lock the doors, and we'll be good to go. Doors are locked. So these, there we go, we're on dim. Let's head out. And we have an approach. And so our cab signal will register that in a second as we head on through. So we'll get to the end of the platform and we'll do a running brake test. Oh, that's right. Sorry, I turned my ATC off because of the glitch that's in the tunnel that screws everything up. So. Alright, do a quick brake test. Alright, so basically the cylinders move, indicating that there was pressure in the brakes, and our speed did change, so our brakes work. So let's continue. This is not our signal. That is not our signal. Alright, so as we get to the end of the platform, I know there's no train coming. We'll turn our lights on and get her going. And you'll watch how I'll turn that ATC on here in a minute. Alright, so looks like we do have another train coming. I'll keep it on dim. I can still see pretty good, so which is good. I don't want to blind the other guy because he may have a switch issue or maybe signal needs to watch out for. So, but I can still see, which is good. Alright, we should have a clear signal. The only thing that sucks is I can't see the signal. I have to rely on a HUD. Yep, we got it clear. Alright, he's passed. We'll do full. Dish lights on. So the problem with that signal right there that we just passed is every time that I pass it, my capsule will stay restricting, and there's no signals in the tunnel that are set up for westbound trains, or in my term, southbound. So that's the only problem I have with that. So then I would do like 50 miles an hour pretty much the whole way, which that should not happen. So we'll go to 60 here in a minute, and then we'll start to open up the throttle. Next station will be Newark Penn. Alright, 60. There we go. As soon as we have the tunnel, the first signal will come. Up here in the corner is where you'll see the next speed limits, and you'll see the next signal as well. So the next speed limit will be 90 miles an hour. It looks like that's 2.5 miles. So, and then I'll show you the next signal, which there isn't in this tunnel. So that's the problem that I would have with the cab signals, at least. So that's why I turn off my ATC when I part New York Penn, and then I turn them on when I hit the next signal, at least. So but that last signal was a clear, so I know I'm clear. So those my next signal, 2.5 miles. And then Newark Penn Station is 8 miles out. So, but you'll see how fast I have to time the signals to turn the ATC on. Because if I turn on too early, then it won't register that I hit a signal, and it will keep me at restricted cab signal. And then if I don't act fast enough, it'll put me to a penalty. And if I do it too late, it's going to miss the signal and not even register it, and then it'll put me a penalty again if I don't act fast enough. So I've only been with Train Sim World on my computer. I've only been in penalty twice. Once because my keyboard is giving me issues, and two, the cab signals dropped on me fast and I didn't react fast enough. Again, keyboard. So both were keyboard errors, at least. So. And we'll call out the signals as we go along, as we go up this 1.2% grade out of the, I believe these are the East River tunnels. I think. I'm not sure. Alright, we have our final curve, and then there's the end of the tunnel down there, and we blow the horn as we exit the tunnel to warn people that are there. Maybe there's crews working, or there's a little crossing as well for maintenance, so we'll blow to warn people. And so our speed limit here, we'll click to 90. As soon as we do that, we'll go full throttle. And while we do that, here we go. I will prepare to turn my cab signals on. As soon as I see the signal up here, which is coming up in under 200 yards now, there it is. There we go, hit it just in time. So now most of the scenarios and stuff, they will have you stop at Sea Caucus, which is the station coming up now, but luckily we do not have that today, so we can just continue. And there are some little signal glitches. As you'll see here, my cab signal, I have a cab speed signal, but my thing here does not register that, so if they can fix that, I would appreciate it. But if that were the case, I would slow to 80 miles an hour, but my cab signals still say clear, so I'll follow my cab signals. That's just my alerter, because I've not touched the control in 60 seconds, which I will here now to warn passengers of Sea Caucus. Good. Put my throttle down just a little bit. Oh, actually, I need to start braking here soon, so I'll put my dynamic brakes on and prepare to slow for Portal Bridge. So I'm not slowing down fast enough. So one thing to note is if you're doing dynamic brakes and then you do your regular brakes, it'll cut your dynamic brakes off completely. So when you do that, you can just reset your master stick to center position or neutral. There we go. That's a clear signal. I know that. There's speed limit 60. This next one will be 90, and I'll start to blow for portal. Sorry. Alright, we're off the bridge. We'll give her a little bit of power. So clear, and we got 90 again, so good. So we go up. Oh, guess not. Oh, that's right, because of the new update they had. So we'll go ahead and maintain 60 in the meantime. Get my dynamic brakes going because we're starting to go downhill. The cab speed signal. It did not take it. Okay, we're still clearing the cab with the cab speed. But I know in these timetable scenarios that I don't follow anybody unless I get the Metroliner cab cars with the switcher pack. So those of you who ask me how to get the Metroliners when they can't find it, it's in the Amtrak switcher pack for Train Sim World. You buy the switcher pack, and the Metroliner cab cars do come included with that, and the scenarios for those will be automatically set up as you buy the pack. So I will buy the pack sometime soon because I love those cab cars and I like doing some yard switching once in a while. I'm more of a mainline road guy, but we'll see what happens. Alright, so this signal right here will be a cab signal. It will affect my cab signals. There we go. Cab speed 60. Alright. And this is Newark Yard. There's another name for it, but I don't know the name, unfortunately. But it'll come to me in sometime soon. Alright, now past signal, we'll start slowing down to 45. As I'm letting gravity pretty much slow me down, do the work. Past signal, there we go. And even give me a clear. So we gotta slow down to 45 here. There we are. Looks like we're still uphill, excuse me, so I don't need to worry about dynamic brakes as much until I start coming into the Newark Bridge. I forgot what the name of that bridge is called, so I'm just going to say Newark Bridge. Bite me. So like I said, I'm not going to give any power. I'm going to let gravity do its work as we are going up a 0.4% grade. So we'll go down to 40, then by the bridge we'll head down to 30. We have a clear. And we'll have a clear in the cab. Yes, we do. So I'll go start using some dynamics and blow for the bridge. Put on dim so it won't blind anybody. Alright, so now we'll use our regular brakes. And just ease our way into Newark. Pretty much on time. So my headlights aren't dim. Dish lights are off, so blind this northbound regional. Hey, what's up? Pretty short. Pretty short engineer in there today. I guess I can't complain too, because I can only see half above my dash. So. Ready to depart here. There we go. My keyboard's stuck. I've been having this problem nonstop. I guess it's just it's a wireless keyboard, so probably where I have the USB hooked up to is probably a bad spot. I'll play around with it more. I find it funny how those are the subway tracks for the path, and it's all overhead wire, even though it's a subway, and the type of subway is a third rail. It's pretty funny. Okay, we're clearing the cab. 35. Oh. Never mind. Speeding a little bit, so now you know what the overspeed buzzer sounds like. So let's continue. Alright, so next stop is Newark Liberty International. I don't know why they didn't cross us over at Newark, but I know at this next signal should be, yeah, approach medium. So we'll stay at 45. Let's go ahead and start our dynamic brakes. We'll go 45, and then the next one will go 30, because that's an approach medium. So I'm supposed to go 30, 45, and the next one will be a I think that's a limited approach, if I'm not mistaken. Brighter flashing yellow. I don't know, I haven't studied NORAC in a long time, so I couldn't tell you unless I had a guide of something. But yeah, it's a red or flashing yellow. But it'll bring me down to 30. As expected. I feel like the engine's a little bit too quiet itself for the locomotive. So it looks like we will remain 30 all the way to the station. I mean, destination's like right there, so on this short little trip. But I do hope everybody did enjoy watching it and watching my graphics unleash the beast. I guess if I wanted to put in respectful terms. So what's cool about these scenarios is as soon as you're done, like whether you're doing a scenario or a timetable route, which in this case we're doing a timetable route, but either way, if you want to continue with another timetable route or a free roam, what you could do in free roam is you could become a passenger, you can rail fan, be a buff, do whatever, or you can jump on another locomotive and take it out somewhere. You can continue your journeys for as long as you want, pretty much. And that's the joy of Train Sim World, because it's a whole world. So it's all pretty much what you make of it. So smoothest brake job ever. I just want to play around with that. With that being said, the scenario's pretty much done. It'll ask you to leave, then you can wait for the next train, which according to the map, I don't know where the next one would be, because we kind of did miss it, so we'd be waiting. Oh, what the? It said escape to go back. I guess I don't know how to follow instructions. The automatic brake. And that will complete the scenario. We have done it. That's where we stepped in York Penn, and yada yada yada, all that. So here it tells you your stop locations, your due time, and then your actual time. So pretty good, not too bad. Only spent like twice, maybe. Not too much. So you can continue, so you can return to free roam, and what that does is you can roam around, do whatever. You can replay your service, you can load your last checkpoint, which is the last scenario I guess you played or whatever, and then you can go back to main menu and all that stuff. So we'll go ahead and turn to free roam. We will get up and leave. It'll tell you to please leave the vehicle. And I don't know why it does that. So we'll continue with the free roam. There they go. And that will pretty much do it, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you are a continuous watcher, thank you for your support. And if you'd like to subscribe, you're more than welcome to as well. And hit that notification button as well to see all kinds of good action I have during this quarantine time. And I'll try to get back out as soon as I can to get some fresh air and do what you gotta do. That's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. This is Tranks Productions. We're out. Have a good one.